Guys, you have no idea how excited I am for today's video because we are going to create a yellow eyeshadow look. That's why the face is pretty much on. Like I have my blush, I have my bronzer, my concealer, my all. Hopefully we don't mess this up. I'm gonna use my tried and trues because it just makes sense. And I do have alternatives to the Plouise palette. So we're gonna get right into it. So here's our Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you. You guys saw that I received the Plouise palette in the budget box. It is a dual-sided palette, which is phenomenal. I haven't said that in quite some time, so yes. She looked like this. You also know I ended up getting the Beauty Creations, like greens palette. It's not the name, but that's what I like in my mind. That's what it should have been called. In one of the Ice Cream Beauty subscriptions for the month of December. And the thing is like it sucked. Okay, the palette was patchy and the formulas were not uniform, and I had to remove my makeup 3 times and hit the reset button, and it still did not work out. That's how bad that formula was. So I was not able to execute a proper yellow eyeshadow look. You guys still wanted to see one, and I got requests to do it with this palette. However, if you don't have this palette, it's cool, it's fine, you don't need it. I ended up grabbing palettes that I feel like most of us would have off of subscription services. So I'm thinking that Tres Luces, the I Am palette, this one is outstanding. You are going to get the yellow that you're going to need. You're going to get the crease shade that you may need, and then the shade black, which is Fuerte. You guys will see what I mean by you may need, because I would mix these two together if I were to use this palette, because you need somewhat like a gray hue, gray tone. You want it to be cool tone too. So this would be a great alternative to the yellow shade from that palette. And then we have these two. So if you don't have those, it's fine. These are fine. All you really need is a super bright and great formulated yellow. And in this case, with the orange Norvina palette, you could use this one. And then with the purple one, you can use this one. Now, of course, the one in the orange is way brighter, but still it's yellow. And if you happen to have a whole nother palette whose yellow is properly formulated, and what I mean by that is when you do a swatch, you cannot see through to your skin. You could see maybe some of your print, but not all that much, then that's a great yellow to go with. And then you're going to need a gray. Any gray will do. This is one of my go-to palettes for grays, because with this palette, you get the brown, you get the gray, you get the black, you get different hues of gray at that, and that's what I'm gonna look for, because we're gonna get creative. I knew something looked off. This light over here is not on. There we go. Now I feel like we're exactly where we need to be. For this eye look, I'm gonna mix both the white and the fair Gerard Cosmetics clean canvases. I know you're like, why both? There's a reason. Okay, there's always a reason. So for the yellow, I want it to be the brightest of brightest. I want it to be the most true to color you could possibly find. And although the Plouise formulas are amazing, the truth is, you know, I am not a white sheet of paper, right? So I have a tan complexion, and the yellow, although it will still look yellow on my skin tone, it's gonna need a nice space so it can be as true to the color as possible. And what better than white? If you don't have the white base and you have white pencil, go with a white pencil. If you don't have a white pencil, but you have like a creamy shade, the MAC paint pots are good. Paint Really is great. If you have the clean canvas in fair, that one's light enough, it'll work. You'll be fine. But I do have the white, so why not use her? So I applied the white all over the lid, and then I'm going in with, this is medium. No, this is not the one I wanted. Here we go. And then I'm gonna go in with fair. I'm glad I have a backup because we're almost done. You guys know I use her for everything. And then I'm gonna tap some here. I know it seems like a very small amount, but if your primer is anything near good quality, you're not gonna need too much. And then I'm gonna go in with my sponge and just blend out that crease. So I want my lid to have a lighter hue, which is why we went with the white. And then the crease is gonna be somewhat deeper, so it's fine. Like I don't need it to be super white. Why am I saying super white? Somebody tell me, why am I saying super white? Or is that just my saying for today? We're gonna start off with the palette, but you guys kept saying, is it true it has a light? Is it true it has a light? It does. You see the little like keyhole? Look. It does, and the light changes colors. How freaking cute is that? I'm so excited. That is so freaking cute. Love her. Plouise does their thing. No one, and then they have amazing quality, great packaging, i.e. they're so creative and fun, and they still make their stuff pretty affordable considering. Isn't that crazy? So we're gonna dip into the yellow off of this palette, but I wanted to point out, if you guys don't know, Over Cosmetics has brushes, like a full-on brush collection, great quality, high quality, and I've fallen in love, no lie. I keep this one as clean as possible at all given times. This is the Professional Makeup 21 brush because this one's beautiful for blowing out and really blending product out without over applying. It's beautiful. So I'm going to use an Ofra Pro 11. I'm going to dip into Yellow, tapped out because, of course, we picked up a lot of product. And then I'm going to tap this yellow onto the center of the lid. I want the center to be the most opaque and I want to build the product there first. And once you've gotten most of the product off of your brush, look how beautiful that looks. Once you've gotten most of the product off of your brush, feel free to just kind of press sideways. Believe it or not, you're moving product around. Look at how intense that yellow is. So we're bringing it all the way in. Make sure you hit that crease. All right, guys, that was pretty effortless to me, and I had not blended at all. I'm just tapping. I know you guys loved this palette, and it is only $47 right now at a reduced price over at Plouise. No, I do not have an affiliate code, nor am I an affiliate. However, I did look into their website, and you're literally getting 2 palettes in one, plus beautiful packaging and the bonus of a freaking light, which I'm obsessed with. So, you know, for anyone who were to ask me, do I think P. Louise product are worth it? So far, what I have tried, I've only had the one product, which was like the pumpkin spice, and I was like, ooh, no. That was the only one. Other than that, everything else that I've tried, I've been in love with. And you guys can see why it's just so easy. I'm gonna take whatever's left on that brush and I'm gonna kind of like pinch here because that's gonna wrap some of that yellow around. Because I don't want to intensify the yellow too much either. I think the yellow is speaking for itself. I'm just gonna have the color wrap around a smidge. Now I'm gonna go into an orange. I feel like I kind of don't want it to be super intense at this point. So we're going to go with the shade Fearless because it just makes sense. It's like a peachy orange. I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to use the Morphe M507. It's a fine detail brush. And we're going to work with this one. We're going to see how that goes. Worst case, we can always dip into First Page, which is the shade underneath it. But whenever you're playing around with shades, and you're trying to make them work, if you know you want to go with an orange, don't go with the deepest orange they have in there because you can't turn back. If you go with a lighter version, you can always kind of go back in and add more of the deeper shade and make it work versus going in really deep and now you have to hit the reset button and start all over again, which sucks. So lighter is always better. Now I'm taking this brush, which is why I love her, and if you can see, I'm not holding it like this and kind of going back and forth. I want to keep the yellow exactly where it is, so I'm going to hold it. It's fine enough to where I can hold it and kind of drag back and forth. So I'm doing a windshield wiper motion, I don't know why I said motion, back and forth like this. I'm gonna bring it in because I wanna make sure it's kind of carving out the crease without carving out that crease. I'm gonna do one of those, and don't worry about this outer corner. We have an idea. I'm just trying to execute this mess. It's not a mess. It's actually turning out really well. You guys, I have had probably the toughest few days. I'm gonna do the other eye, trying to get looks together, and it's not because I was rushing or because I didn't feel like it. Like, I had a vision and I wanted to do certain things with the makeup, i.e. the palettes, and they just were not working out, which is annoying. And that's why I never truly come on and plan a look. I look at the product that I need to use for the day and I'm like, let's wing it. Because when I plan a video out and then it flops, I get so upset because, you know, it's time wasted and I want to give you guys the best content I can in that moment. And it's just, when it flops, girl, and it's annoying. So I am blending back and forth like this. And with this brush, I'm just gently kind of bringing up. See, if I kind of lean it across my skin, it's blending as we go. That's not your basic blend, but it's getting us somewhere because it's kind of painting the picture of what it is that I'm trying to do. At least in my mind, it's framing it. Oh my God, I could have sworn the light turned on. What is that? Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, now same brush. I'm gonna dip into First Place, that deeper orange. Tap out. Same thing, but this time I'm not doing one of these. I'm going to use the very point of the brush and drag it back and forth. I just want to deepen this area a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're definitely going deeper. We are not done, but we need to move on to the next step. So I'm going to go ahead and create a wing. I am going to use Ofra's liquid liner in Verified. I showed it in yesterday's video. However, I've shown it on this channel so many times before. It is a brush tip and it's amazing. I love her. We're going to go ahead and create a quick wing. At this point, if you want to extend your inner corner, feel free to just do that very quickly. I'm going to pop on some lashes. I'm going to use the Kiss lashes with Meredith. And this is in the style, what's your name, Mija? I don't know if the style name is I Feel Love, but they look like this and they're really, really pretty. Also, the Gerard Cosmetics liner glue is so freaking good, you guys. It's the only one I've been using since I got it versus all the other ones like my Lola Lashes one and stuff like that. Like I was actually gonna replace the Lola Lashes ones and I was gonna place an order. This is actually really good. And then we're gonna do my little last trick where we are going to squeeze. Now this typically would work mainly with liquid lash glues, or if you apply like the strip lash glue, instead of applying it onto the strip, apply it on your lid, let it sit for a second, pop the lashes close to your actual lashes, let it sit for a second and then squeeze, and then you should be good to go. But here is one lash on. Now we're gonna coat our lashes with mascara. I'm gonna use Ofra's HD Volumizing Mascara. This is one of the blackest black and matte that you'll find. I'm only gonna coat the top ones because I want to give you guys like a visual. I don't think people will understand how excited I am that this is coming together. And not because I didn't think I could do it, but because, I don't know, it was just not my moment. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Easy Crease Definer. It is a complex culture brush. It is the one that looks like this, that I told you guys that I absolutely love. It has like the really, really pointy edge. I'm gonna take her and I'm gonna dip her into the shade Buddy, but just the tip. And we're only doing the tip because I want to deepen this area here very gently. See, these are the kind of looks that are not challenging to me, but are so much fun. But I never know if you guys wanna see. See, and once you've gotten most of it off your brush, then go back and forth. All you're doing is deepening that crease. So when we look at ourselves, it's like, oh, but you're still seeing every single color. And then with my Ofra blending brush, the green handled one, the one that's my favorite, I am gently, very lightly, I'm holding my brush from the outer part of the handle, and there's a purpose to that. There's less pressure being applied onto the brush hair, which allows me to get a very graceful and pretty blend. Here are the eyes without any mascara or anything. You can totally rock it this way. I definitely want to apply mascara. You can always go in with a black liner and apply that on the waterline. I feel like I want to leave the waterline on its own. I feel it looks beautiful this way, so I'm not going to apply the liner on the waterline. However, before I go in with a little bit of mascara, because I want to keep it natural, I'm going to grab a BK Beauty 209 brush. I'm going to go back in, but I'm not going to go into this deep gray because I think that's too deep for what I'm trying to do. I am going to go into TC because I have to look up. I have to grab a little mirror. I'm gonna take TC and I'm gonna wrap it under the eye. And because I want a good blend, I'm gonna go in with my finger. If I were to go in with a brush, there's a potential that I will blow this out of proportion. And I'm already dramatic as it is. I don't want it to be too smoky on the bottom part because then it takes over the look. So with my pinky, we've blended out. Now I'm gonna go in and apply some mascara. I'm gonna use the Touch and Soul mascara because this one was actually very nice on the lower lashes. And I am just doing a quick swipe. I'm not gonna build it. I wanted to emphasize the fact that I have lashes, but I do not want to overdo it because it's not necessary. I'm gonna grab my powder puff, no additional product. You see there's more than enough on here, and kind of repowder just below what I did a second ago. So I wanna make sure it's nice and bright and clean. And then with the Ofra fluffy brush, I'm gonna go on this outer edge to make sure I'm diffusing and there's no harsh edges. Okay guys, and here is the completed look. My lovelies, you guys know I always want to hear your thoughts, so make sure you give me your feedback down below. Is this what you expected when I said a yellow look? Were you expecting something else? Did you think this color combo would not work out? Please let me know below. I really hope you're enjoying these tips and tricks, these bright and colorful tutorials. And if you are enjoying my videos, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. It really helps me out. It tells YouTube you're enjoying the content, and in turn they recommend my channel to other people, which helps with the growth of my channel. And please make sure you are subscribed. I'm curious to know if there are any other bright colors you'd like to see in action, so make sure you comment that down below. Don't forget, I have a giveaway that is actively live. It's only going to be up I think it's only going to be up for like 2 more days, so you don't want to sleep on that one. Make sure you go check it out. I'm going to link the video in the description box as well. And that is a wrap for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.